welcome back to Chaos Child. Last time, Takuru and Takuru, she's like, God damn it, I gotta get used to it. And Serika went to investigate the crime scene, and they found a terrifying scene with the blonde girl from the openings who was knocked unconscious, and she sprung to life, but also the door suddenly locked, and we heard like the dreaded knock. And oh my god, so whoever the killer is trying to play mind games or something. And oh my god. Hello Sarah, welcome to the stream. Oh, hello Light, welcome to the stream. And we also met our detective for this game, who knows our everybody's favorite Council of 300 agent. And she gave him some advice, you know, and she's also sending an assistant who may in fact be I'm gonna look really stupid. I'm gonna have to change the title of the stream if it's not Yua, or Mia rather. She's probably gonna go by Mia in this game, I'd imagine. But if it's not her, I'm gonna be really surprised, and I'm gonna have to change the title of the stream, and I'm gonna be really mad. But anyway, let's get back into it. You filming? Hope it's going okay. Yeah, hopefully he won't die this time.
They went inside the club room and saw Caruso was there. Any word? Caruso's expression clouded over for a moment as she shook her head.
Nothing since then.
I see. Wakui, the club advisor, had told him that Caruso had taken a change of clothes for Miyashiro to the police station last night. She'd been told that neither Miyashiro nor Onoe were hurt. The police were probably going to let them off with a warning, and if they weren't...
Wait, is this not Takuru's perspective? The police are probably going to let them off with a warning, and if they weren't suffering any after effects from the trauma, they'd be let go in the morning. But school was over, it was almost evening, and still no word from us. Is this not from Takuru's perspective? Ito dropped into his chair. Oh my god. Oh wow, this is new. A scene not from the main character or the detective's perspective. Huh.
Damn it, the school's so peaceful.
Oh god. It's Shinji.
Barely anybody's talking about what happened yesterday.
So?
I see.
そりゃ東京じゃ発表されてるだけでほぼ1週間に2人のペースで誰かが殺されてるんだから変死体があったってだけじゃ別に真新しくもないけどさ
I mean, sure, there are about 2 murder reports a week in Tokyo, so I know it's not exactly a new thing, but...
にしたってな道玄坂なんてもろ近所じゃん下手したらそこを通って投稿してるやつもいるかもしれないってのにつかいるだろうちなら
Still, Togenzaka's right next door. It's possible someone walks by that place on their way to school. Actually, I bet someone does.
あれかなあいつがいつも言ってるみたいに社会に関するニュースを載せてるサイトとかにアクセスしないやつばっかりなのかな
Maybe it's like he always says, and none of these people ever read the real news.
わかりやすいね
Do you have any idea how transparent you are? Caruso chuckled.
Huh?
心配なんでしょ二人のこと
You're worried about the two of them, right? Ito started to speak, but then choked it back.
別に副部長こそ心配なんじゃないの？
Not really. Aren't you the one who's worried, Miss Vice President?
Ridiculous, she chuckled.
怒ってる。処置なしだもの。セリカはともかくとしてね。忠告も聞かずに突っ込んで、無茶するからこんなことになる。
I'm angry. This whole thing is ridiculous. Serika is one thing, but he ignored my warning and went in anyway. And this is what happened.
伊藤君にも新聞部の文化祭の映像押し付けることになるし。
He's making you do all the filming for the newspaper club too.
いや、別にそれは大したことないからいいんだけどさ。
No, I don't really care. It's not that big a deal.
ダメ。与えられた役割はきっちりこなすのが当たり前でしょ。
It is. When you're given a job, you need to do it.
ここか。
Oh, you're back.
予算の件どうなってる？
Is this it? Caruso, what's going on with the budgets?
Kawahara appeared. He was very out of breath. Hello, Nagituna. Welcome to the stream.
予算？
Huh? The budgets.
超過した予算をまとめたやつ。経理がまだかって。
Well, it's the groups that have gone over their budget. Accounting says it's not in yet.
Caruso frowned as she realized her mistake.
ごめん。すぐにメールでまとめて送るから。
I'm sorry. I'll send you an email with the list.
なるはやで担当の教師が帰っちゃう前に。
ASAP, okay? Or the teacher goes home.
Kawahara ran off before Caruso had time to answer. And before he was even out of sight, Caruso had booted up the PC and started tapping the keys.
何？
What?
いや、別に。
Ooh. The classic no, it's nothing.
No, it's nothing. Which of us is more transparent?
That's what Ito was about to say before he stopped himself. Normally it was impossible to imagine Caruso not doing her job. Yep. She's so... Are we gonna know what happened between them? For a while after that, Caruso focused intently on her work. Ito didn't have much else to do, so he watched her. When he looked carefully, he could see small dark circles under her eyes. She probably hadn't slept. And then Ito realized for the first time that Caruso had probably come to the club room to see if either of them had contacted him. With all the preparations that were going on, there was no other reason for her to be here.
なんとまあ、あの女帝がね。
The Empress of all people, huh?
Caruso pressed down hard on one final key as she finished her task. Oh, Kazuki, not yeah, there she is. Just the girl that goes, huh. Then suddenly an unpleasant sound filled the room. Oh God.
なあ、
Hey,
わかってる。
I know. Now she's got Nightheart. That is literally fucking Nightheart. They looked over and saw that Kazuki was nibbling on dried squid. She played her game, oblivious to everything around her. I've had dried squid. It's very good. Especially when it's spicy. Ito had seen her come in after Caruso had started her work. He thought she might say hello, but knowing her, probably not. She doesn't say words. He'd also seen her start to play her game. He'd been trying not to bring it up, but that was clearly impossible now. She must have been concentrating pretty hard. Her gaze was constant and steady. Ito sighed.
こいつはいつでもマイペースだな。他人に興味がないのかね。
She's always stuck in her own little world, isn't she? Maybe she doesn't care about anyone else.
Watch, she's like some secret super hacker.
そんなわけないでしょ。この子は他の人よりほんの少しだけ自分が強いの。
Of course that's not true. She's just a little stronger-willed than most people.
にしたってよ。
Even so. She's in the same club as them.
He started to say, but Caruso stopped him with a raised hand. She looked down at Kazuki's game screen.
そうでもなかったみたい。
Evidently not.
Huh?
Caruso chuckled and took off Kazuki's headphones.
カズキ、私はゲームやらないから詳しいことはわからないけど。
Kazuki? I'm not a big gamer, so correct me if I'm wrong, but... Hmm.
この家の壁に向かって延々と火の玉出してるのは何か意味があるの？すごい勢いで燃え広がってる。
Oh, is she just doing like random shit? Is she like covering for something else she's doing in the background? And she like brings up the game screen like when people start to come over? I wonder. Is there a reason you're continually flinging fireballs at the side of a house? That fire's spreading really fast. Oh, no. It's just that she's worried about them in her own way. Kazuki looked back at the screen with a stunned expression on her face. She yanked the headphones out of Caruso's hands and quickly put them on. And started to pound at the keyboard.
落ち着きなさい。というかその煩わしいスルメ、飲み込むか出すかしなさい。行儀悪い。
Calm down and either swallow that squid or spit it out. What you're doing now is bad manners. Kazuki may or may not have heard her, but because she struggled with her game for a while and then... She's never gonna fucking speak. She's gonna, like, she might say, like, one sentence at the end of the game. Oh, wait, is she actually gonna speak? This is the first time we've seen her sprite. She froze like a toy whose batteries had run out. The squid she'd been chewing fell out of her mouth and landed on the desk. She stared at it for almost 30 seconds, as something impossible had just happened. Are you gonna say something? Then she silently stood up and staggered over to the shelf where the electric coffee maker was kept, her mannerisms rivaling that of an incredibly fierce drunkard. Her face had turned pale. Yeah, she definitely seems to be doing something else.
Kazuki? 大丈夫か?
Kazuki, are you okay?
Look on to heaven, welcome to the stream. Yes, she's going to say one sentence, and that will be, maybe I'm the Chaos Child. Do.
コーヒー 入れてくれるのか？
Are you gonna make us coffee?
Kazuki nodded in response to Ito's second question and started to make coffee with shaking hands. She made Kurusu her usual with 2 cups of sugar and gave Ito a coffee mixed with milk. Then she made a cup for herself, black, but didn't drink a drop. Her forehead slammed into the desk with a thud, and she became so quiet that it was impossible to tell if she was breathing.
Ne?
See? Kurusu looked to Ito for agreement as she cleaned up Kazuki's squid.
いや、そうか？
Wait, really?
He took a sip from his coffee, not sure what to think. To him, none of this made any sense. Kurusu didn't say another word as she drank her coffee. Ito looked up at the blank ceiling and decided that this was as good a time as any to ask. It wasn't that it was wrong, but it still felt kind of awkward.
あのさ、
Hey.
何？
What?
あいつがこんなに事件に入れ込んでるのって何か理由があんの？
Ooh, here we go. Backstory.
Is there a reason he's so obsessed with this case?
Ooh. Kurusu froze. She lowered her gaze as if searching for answers in her coffee cup.
伊藤君こそずいぶん事件に対して熱心じゃない？
What about you? You seem pretty interested in it yourself. She seemed to be trying to change the subject. Yep.
俺はこういうのが好きな人だから。
I just like this stuff.
こういうの？
This stuff.
猟奇的な事件。でも昨日みたいに現場に忍び込むっていうのは。
Weird murder cases and stuff. But still, running into a crime scene like he did yesterday was... That was going too far.
He continued. Kurusu silently took another sip of her coffee. She seemed to be staring at a single point in the distance, lost in thought. It was clear that while she was seeing things around her, she wasn't paying attention to any of them. Seeing her like this scared Ito a little. Was it really that big a deal?
別に言いたくなければ。
If you don't want to tell me.
そういうわけじゃない。きっと基本的には伊藤君と同じ。タクルも好きだもの、こういうの。
That's not it. I'm sure that basically Takuru is the same as you. He likes this stuff.
それに危なっかしいところに首を突っ込みたがるのも昔からだし。
And he's always like getting involved in things that are dangerous.
I see.
Ito said. How come it's sometimes like I'm like it's sometimes like doing third person like saying he said something, and other times it'll have like voice dialogue, but like usually it's voice dialogue, but then occasionally then there are these like sentences that are not voiced, but it's saying like as if it was a book, like Ito said, rather than like showing his name here and him saying I see.
小学校
Does
から
that
だっ
mean
け？
anything? I
あいつ
wonder.
が副部長と一緒に暮らすようになったの。
You two started living together in elementary school, right?
Oh, dang. Rival. Wow.
正確には被災して少し経ってからだ
Oh
から
my god.
中学生に上がるか上がらないかの時だけど
Were they both orphans? Oh my god. Were they both orphans or something? From the earthquake, I mean. Yes, that's right. A little after the earthquake, to be precise. Just about the time when I would have been entering middle school. Kurusu and Miyashiro were both what people called earthquake orphans. They were chaos children's. They'd both been in 6th grade when they lost their parents to the earth. Oh, wow. So they're orphans. Oh my god. Since they had no relatives to take them in, they've been sent to the same orphanage, a group home known as Alba Dormitory. Oh wow. Oh no, I hope this orphanage isn't like doing experiments on them. Oh boy. Kids like them weren't common in Shibuya these days, but they weren't exactly rare either. Oh my god. Miyashiro had been so badly injured during the earthquake they became comatose. Still in that coma when he arrived at the dorms. Head of the dorm was also the head doctor at Alba Clinic downstairs. And so for a while that was where Miyashiro was kept. Oh boy. I'm really paranoid about that now. Sorry. Kurusu had taken care of literally all his needs. There were 4 kids at the facility. Kurusu and Miyashiro were the oldest. Since her birthday was earlier than his, she dubbed herself the oldest of the 4 siblings. Yeah, I'm fine. I just swallowed it and went down the wrong pipe. And volunteered to take care of the other 3. No, I don't have a cold. Even back then, Miyashiro had a habit of being curious and getting into trouble.
だいたい天の弱だしねみんなとは違うってよく言ってるでしょそんなことはないのに
He's a bit of a brat, you know. He says that he's different from everyone else all the time, even though that's not true. She spoke like a parent worried for her child's future.
でも結局あの子は
But in the end, he...
お疲れ様。おや、クルス君も来てたのか。
Hello, everyone. Oh, I didn't think I'd see you here, Kurusu-kun.
Oh,
先生
he has a
連絡があっ
sprite.
たんですか
Oh my god. Have you heard anything from them, Mr. Wakui? The club advisor, Wakui, was quite relaxed as he came into the room. Kurusu quickly stood up and rushed over to him. He nodded and motioned for her to calm down.
ついさっきね。
Yes, just now.
大丈夫そうでしたか
Is everything okay?
それはもちろん。ほら、伊藤君、すぐに体育館に行きなさい。
I'm just judging, I don't know. I'm just trying to scrutinize. He could be a bad guy. I don't know. Maybe not. Or he could end up being a victim or something. I don't know. I'm just trying to read his features because I could very easily see his eyes like going all crazy eyes, like really wide. I don't know. I'm just
Of course. Hey, Ito-kun. Get to the gym now.
体育館なんで
Huh? The gym? Why?
Hello, Mr. Cool. Welcome to the stream.
軽音部が今からリハーサルをするって。いい文化祭の記録になるんじゃないかな。
The Light Music Club says they're about to do a rehearsal. It should be good footage for the Culture Festival.
Exactly, Nagitona. Kurusu's expression froze. And suddenly it changed.
涌井先生、連絡ってそれですか？
What's going on? What's going on? Is that really what you heard, Mr. Wakui?
ん？そうだよ。ってなんだいクルス君、機嫌がいいね。
Yeah, that's right. What's up, Kurusu-kun? You look so happy.
あら、先生には機嫌がいいように見えますか？
Yeah, she seems like she's about to fucking throttle him from my perspective. Oh, I seem happy to you.
行ってくる。先生も行こう。
I'm going now. You're coming too, Mr. Wakui.
ちょっと。
Huh? Wait.
Sensing a gathering storm of violence, Ito pushed Wakui out the door. Kazuki had to look up for a moment, but then she slammed her head back on the desk. Nana's pretty cool. Definitely really cool. She's like, she's kind of like a cross between Mayuri and Kurisu. Huh. I wonder if that's how they came up with her name. She's like and then Serika gets the traits of the others that she didn't. Like a kind of like a remix. Now that she was all alone, Kurisu took out her phone and checked it. There was no message, of course. She sighed and looked at the board. Oh! Chaos Head background. Oh, no, it's not. I just looked familiar. It's where they were. It's where the murder was. That incident yesterday at the Love Hotel. It reminded me of a Chaos Head background. Whether it was murder or suicide, from the way Miyashiro and Onoe had looked when they'd been taken by the police, something had happened. Miyashiro had said it had something to do with the incident 6 years ago. I wonder what's going to happen when he finds the truth behind the incident. You know, it'd be really funny if, like, he hears about Takumi and he thinks Takumi is the bad guy in some way, like the cause of the earthquake. That would be kind of, oh man, that would be really bad. And then like the bad guys try to trick him into hunting down Takumi or something because like he's the only one that could be a match for him in some way. That would be pretty crazy. Now that it happened 3 times, there was no ignoring it. No, it was too dangerous. She couldn't let him get any more involved in this. She thought back to Ito's question about why Miyashiro was so interested in this case. Kazuki was still lying with her head on the desk. When she turned her head to the side, she looked like she was enjoying herself for some reason. She is doing something else. She is not just gaming. When Kurusu saw that, she suddenly lost her desire to drink the coffee. Apologizing in her mind to Kazuki, she decided to pour it out at the water fountain. Well, don't just waste it. Someone else could have it, or just like put it away. Jeez. She headed to the water fountain upstairs, which was usually less crowded. She found herself looking down at the gaps between the tiles as the sound of her footsteps rang in her ears. She could tell that she was walking slower than usual. Essentially, Kurusu was lonely. She remembered what she had said to Miyashiro the day he first woke up in the clinic.
クルスママ、名前で呼んで。家族なのに名字で呼び合うのはおかしいでしょ。
Kurusu, no. Call me by my first name. We're family, so it'd be weird to call each other by our last names, right? In the end, he...
あの子は特別が気取りたいだけなんだから。
Oh, is it survivor's guilt? I wonder. He just wants to pretend that he's special. Like, is he searching for, like, the reason why he lived? Like, he's guilty about surviving when his parents didn't? She knew why, she's supposed. The event that had caused him to leave the dorm was still bothering him. Oh, that's something else. Okay. Oh, here we go. November 7th, 2009. This way, please come this way!
I'm telling you we can get around from the back. How many times do I have to... Save us. Someone! Why won't the phones work?
I wanted water. I could still feel the sensation of the dead woman I'd touched when I'd fallen on my hands, and I wanted to wash it off. I wanted to wash my face too. The wind from the flames had blown something small into my eye, and it itched badly. I was thirsty too. Serika was on my back, and she showed no signs of waking up. Oh, so he also knew Serika from back then too. Damn it! My legs were at their limit, so I forced my way through the crowd and sat down on a tire that had rolled nearby. It smelled like burning rubber. I didn't have the energy to apologize to the people I ran into. And they didn't have the energy left to complain. I slowly brought Serika to rest on my knees and looked around. I saw an orange light. The light of the fires reflected off many things. It was pretty, I thought, before I realized how inappropriate that was. For some reason, I started to count the bodies on the ground, not knowing if they were alive and dead or dead. But in less than 5 seconds, I got way over 10 and realized how futile it was. I stopped. Shibuya Station was utterly destroyed.
The 107 building, which was only a few minutes away by foot, was ruined as well. 5 whole hours after the earthquake, the chaos had only increased. There were fewer people out walking, but I wasn't sure if that was because they'd not reached safety or because they'd collapsed from exhaustion. I saw someone carrying his own severed arm in a convenience store bag.
Hello, Shipwreck. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is Takuru's perspective. Yeah. I'm just doing a young Takuru voice. If I'm trying to, anyway.
Oh my god. I saw people ignoring a barefoot woman as she cradled a baby whose head was smashed in. Some had outright given up on sanity and were flinging things into the fire. A group of middle-aged businessmen were dragging a young girl to the darkness. Oh no. A young man went to join them. This is hell. There was no other way to describe it. This was hell. Serika moaned a little in my lap. I slapped her cheeks to wake her up.
Oh, he's already... Okay.
Oh no way. Oh no way. Her face warped in agony. It was okay. She was breathing. She was okay. We're heading to Yoyogi, okay? You know, that big general hospital. You remember, right? We snuck in there when we were little. Instead of answering, she just moved her eyebrows a little. I swore and lifted her up on my back again. She didn't seem to be that badly hurt, but this kept happening. I read on Twipo that the general hospital in front of Yoyogi Station was accepting patients injured in the earthquake. I didn't know that it was true, but I had no choice but to go. It had to be better than the hell that Shibuya was now. Don't die! I yelled, unsure if Serika could even hear me, and started walking. I just needed to get to the hospital. Oh shit! Oh shit! What was that? Somebody was like, full body straight jacket. Oh my god. Experiments. I leapt up. I quickly glanced to the left and right as I tried to calm my racing heart. I saw that I was in my own bed. I felt exhausted. I also felt really thirsty. Maybe it was because I had had the dream again. I searched around until I found the bottle of water by my bedside, took a gulp, and then grabbed the phone off my bed to check the time.
0時17分。もう日付変わってるのか。
12:17 a.m. It's a new day, huh? It was around noon when the police had let me go from Shibuya Station, with a warning. I'd gone home and went straight to bed, so it seemed I had been out for more than 12 hours.
I don't think he's gonna be able to get back to sleep.
This was no good. Maybe I'd slept too long, or maybe I hadn't slept enough, because my head felt like it was filled with lead.
いや、違うか。
No, maybe not. I put my hands up to the thin light that was coming through the window and checked their color. They were the same as always. There was no blood on them.
Oh.
No! I suddenly felt like I wanted to throw up. I hoped another drink of water would help, but it didn't.
くそ。
Damn it. I thought for a moment, and then decided to turn on the room lights. I turned on my laptop. I ran a search for foods or drinks that help with nausea. The internet gave me page after page of results. I checked a bunch of pages, just like you're supposed to when you're looking something up.
生姜か。なら源さんからもらった葛根湯があるか。
Ginger, huh? I guess I've bought that Kokonto that Genson gave me. I looked under the sink until I found the Kokonto powder, then poured it into a cup and added some hot water from the electric kettle. It had a strange smell, unlike anything I was used to. I took a sip. I could tell that my hands were shaking a little as I held the cup. Damn it! That wasn't the first time I'd seen a body.
Oh. What was this first time? What happened? Well, he's seen photos of them. Oh yeah, and he's took the pictures of the other murder.
I checked the phone again and saw that there were several messages from Serika and Caruso. I was about to respond, but stopped. They were probably still up, but I didn't feel like talking to anyone. felt like the air I'd breathed in at the Love Hotel yesterday was still deep inside me. Along with the cheerful melody of the music box and the red that covered my vision, I felt something strange on my cheek and put a hand up to feel it. It was a bandage.
Oh, of course, the earthquake. Yeah, of course. That's right, we just had the flashback where he said he saw a ton of dead bodies.
I'd gone to some kind of clinic at the police station where they'd put it on. They told me I must have hit my face hard on the floor when I'd passed out. I was unlucky enough to scrape my cheek against a piece of shattered glass. Thankfully, it wasn't a big wound, barely hurt at all. But it itched like hell. And each time it itched, the shock I'd felt back then came rushing back, and my heart would start racing. The danger was long gone, but I still couldn't forget the terror. Had I almost been caught up in something horrible?
Reflecting on this already. Wow. Jeez.
No. I'm fine. I'm fine, right?
God damn it, that's the other game.
I'm not like everyone else. I'm not an amateur. I went through that hell. I just dreamed about and survived. Okay. Maybe having that nightmare again was good for me. I managed to force down the urge to vomit, then clicked away at the computer.
Uh-oh. Okay. Oh, I thought that was like someone signaling.
I opened my computer's TV program, changed its channel to a news program, and watched it on my monitor. A few months ago, I'd bought a USB TV tuner off a homeless guy who had no idea what it was worth. All it cost me was dinner at a local restaurant. Just like I thought. There was an article about the events of 2 days ago. All they said was that a man's body was found in a Dogenzaka Love Hotel. They didn't say whether it was suicide, murder, or just an accident. There was nothing about the girl who'd been found at the scene. Or about me and Serika.
Well, that's kind of good that they're not in the newspaper for this. On the news, I should say.
I see.
やっぱりこんなもんなのか。
I figured this was what I'd get. I'd never experienced for myself the gap between what happened at a crime scene and what was reported on TV. But it didn't really surprise me. These days, the internet was a lot faster in reporting things than TV. To people who followed the news online, TV wasn't a place to learn new things. It was where you went to see if something you'd heard about was so important that it was getting TV coverage.
ネットの大衆はどうだ？
What about the people online? I closed the TV program and opened a browser. Niconia News had something on it too. I clicked on the uploaded video.
渋谷でまた事件です。最近の渋谷では今回の件と合わせて3つの物騒な事件が発生しているんですが、
Another incident has occurred in Shibuya. This makes for 3 strange incidents so far. Just like always, it was Watabe, the attention-seeking internet reporter. He was famous for charging into crime scenes to get scoops. Lately, he seemed to be getting a little too cocky. Explained what had gone on at the Love Hotel, and as the video showed pictures, they probably had taken himself.
いずれにせよ、警察は何か隠していると思います。ただ変死体を発見したとしか発表がなされていませんが、それにしては。
Either way, I think the police are hiding something. The only announcement has been that a body was found, but if that's all, then why would... And then, like always, he started to mix in his own subjective opinions with the news. He was right. The police were hiding something, but there was little point in listening to the rest of this. Vague information will just get in the way.
大衆もこんなもんか。
This is all you can expect from the masses on the internet, I guess. I mostly ignored Watabe's voice as I looked at the video on the screen. He must have gotten it by charging into the Love Hotel room.
なんだったんだ、あれは。
What the hell was all that? I thought back to what had happened. A man was strangled to death in his room. There was an unconscious girl and the police officer there as well. The girl was the most obvious suspect. Even if she shows a strange way to do it, she must have been the one who killed him, right? No, if she had definitely killed him, then they would have announced that. She was arrested just like I was. Over 30 hours had passed. Even if they found out she was innocent, they should have announced it. The police believe that a girl with him may know something and are proceeding with their investigation like that. Did the police think that she didn't do it? Then what was she doing in that room? And even if the police had told me during the interrogation that I'd imagined it, I knew what I'd heard. Someone else had visited that room and knocked on the door. The sound was eerie and always had the same rhythm. I felt a cold chill and idly turned towards the door.
Oh boy! Delusion time.
My room was the same as always. There's no sign of anyone approaching it.
Positive.
I listened carefully to see if I could hear anything outside.
Right, just be back one. I just have to check one quick thing. I'll be right back. Oh boy, let's see who's gonna be at the door here.
Nothing.
だよな。気にしすぎだ。
Oh, that's oh god. Someone at the door in the night. Oh god. If he wasn't the main character, I'd say he's fucking dead. Oh my god.
Come on, you're worrying too much.
Trigger on.
Ah. Huh?
Oh my god. This would be so terrifying.
I just heard a knock at the door. Right? I couldn't believe it, but I'd forgotten to lock the door.
Oh shit. Oh my god.
I froze as it swung open from the outside. Someone was here. Who? I knew two people who were coming without waiting for an answer, but... Was it okay for me to just stand here?
だ。
Who's... there? I gulped and spoke in a hoarse voice. Peeking through the gap in the door was...
Oh, just Serika. I love that his positive delusions all have to do with her. Taku? Oh, this music.
Oh. Someone I knew well.
I love these two.
よかった。起きてた。
How good you're still up.
Relieved, I staggered over and sat down on the bed. That hadn't done my heart any favors. For some reason, Serika was still standing at the entrance, fidgeting.
Hello, Liz. Welcome to the stream.
She didn't try and come any further in.
どうした？
What's wrong?
こんな時間に女の子一人でここに来るのはあんまり良くないと思う。
Look how considerate he is.
I don't think it's a good idea for a girl like you to be visiting alone at this hour. I didn't think any of the homeless in this park were bad people, but someone who was strapped for cash might attack her. Especially after what I'd seen. I felt like I was going to start imagining things I didn't want to visualize.
Oh my god!
夫？
Taku? Are you okay?
何が
Okay with what?
昨日あんなことがあったから。
After what happened yesterday.
Honestly, not really. Is Serika going through the same thing?
家に一人でいると昨日のこと思い出しちゃうんだ。それで怖くなって眠れなくて。
When I was alone in the house, I remember what happened yesterday. So I got scared and couldn't sleep.
尾上
Oh no way.
ねえ、私一人でいるの嫌だな。今日だけでいいから泊まらせてくんない？
I don't want to be alone tonight, okay? Can I stay over? Just for tonight.
I knew exactly how she felt. Just having someone you knew next to you was enough to make you feel a lot better.
I really wish this wasn't a delusion. Oh, man.
Take me, for example. Having Serika here was letting me relax a little already.
Oh my god.
いいよ
Sure. I figured I'd just sleep on the floor.
ありがとう。
Thanks.
Serika must have felt very relieved when she heard my response because she looked like she was about to cry. She sat down right next to me on the bed. Why was she sitting next to me? There are other places to sit. Anywhere. When I looked closer, I saw that her shoulders were shaking a little.
昨日のことが頭の中に焼き付いてて。
Oh, it's so sad that this is only a delusion. I just keep remembering what happened yesterday.
尾上
Oh no way. It was natural, I supposed. Serika was a girl and she was younger than me. Seeing something like that must have been a huge shock to her. It was my fault for getting her caught up in this. As I started thinking about that, she put her head up against my shoulder.
タク、
Taku,
一緒にいて
stay with me,
お願い。
please.
Oh no, it's a lot tougher than that.
I love that that's his positive delusion. Oh, man. Ah. Seriously, Takuru, your delusions are the best.
Of course, in reality, Serika would never let me see her being that vulnerable, and she'd never actually come to visit. Was she okay, even if I wasn't?
Taku, you're pretty cool.
Maybe she was just fine. She was probably just dense. Yeah. I was really sensitive in comparison, so in a sense I was jealous of her.
Oh my god. Wow, he is such a sweetheart. Oh my god. Oh, oh, Takuru. Oh my god, I think I'm slightly getting a crush on him. I don't know.
I sighed a little and locked the door. Huh. Crap, that's right. It's a new day.
ネットの知識者はどうだ？
What about the pundits on the internet? I quickly opened another site. Shibuya News.
What are they saying about the murder? Bar Nobu, with your Okazama will treat you good. The kitty petting experience. Teach you the secret to mastering battle. Armor helmet set. Let's go diving in Okinawa's ocean. Just one bite will turn you into a pig. You can diet. You won't be able to now. Oh my god, why would you want that?
This was the private news site I trusted the most. Always updated at midnight every day. The quality of the news and the reliability of its updates made it far more useful than TV or the mass market sites. Online news was faster than TV, but of course, some sites were better than others. There was no end to the number of wrong sites who would treat the net as a single entity that was the opposite of TV. TV says one thing, but the internet says something different, they'd say. If you ask me, they were utter morons. These days, even a lot of the larger sites online aimed at the same mass market that the TV news did. It was crucial that they found out for yourself which sites could be really trusted. It's like the name implied, Shibuya News dealt with the goings-on around Shibuya. It was similar enough to our newspaper club that everyone in the club knew about the site and used it regularly. Its owner, Kei-san, was, how should I put it, very skilled at getting and sharing information and seeing its effects. She carefully calculated when to send and when to receive information.
Oh, it's a girl. I wonder if we'll ever meet her.
A lot of websites effectively use Shibuya News as a parent page, linking to it constantly.
So it's basically an aggregator.
Most of them will privately run news sites as well. As a result, a huge number of people saw the information that Kei-san spread. To put it more unkindly, Kei-san was manipulating them.
You know, Takuru, you may be a pompous ass, but you're also really sweet and kind. Aw, man.
Anytime Kei-san wrote about a popular shop among high school students in Shibuya, or a free smartphone app, I would hear people at school
I don't know. Like, in any other setting, I would say, oh wow, what a trendsetter. But in this setting, I'm betting Kei-san is a gigglomaniac. Or using freaking technology of Nozomi.
I would hear people at school talking about it within days. Take, for example, the Tweepo user that most of Hekiho Academy followed, Hekiho Bot. It described itself as a bot by Hekiho students for Hekiho students. From the number of times it would show up on Shibuya News, my guess was that it was actually run by Kei-san.
Wait. Is Kei-san the frickin' the computer girl that always goes, huh? Is she Kei-san? I wonder. Gotcha. I'm having a brain fart about her name. And I'm pretty sure it also began with a K.
She was one of the few people I recognized as a right-sider. when something important was going on in Shibuya, first you check the TV show to get the basics, then the mass market sites to see what the net was saying. Then you would go to Shibuya News for the latest information.
Kazuki, yeah. Kazuki. I wonder if Kazuki is K. Yeah, thank you.
This was the way the newspaper club, and myself specifically, would always look for information.
やっぱり放送してるか。
I figured they'd be broadcasting. The quality of the news wasn't the only reason that Shibuya News was popular. One reason was that Kei-san seemed to be a girl. When someone was thought to be a girl in real life, they got a lot more hits than someone who was thought to be a guy. And the other reason was...
耳直しにお送りしたのはファンタズムの在家に契約の血をでした。
And that was a contract of blood to seal our sin by Phantasm.
Oh my god!
The Gothic punk, even in 2015, Phantasm sold some passionate fans. The group of four only names the vocalist Bess and the guitarist Rio have made public. Oh wow.
I wonder if Butchie the Rock had took from this in some way. Oh man.
This radio broadcast. Whenever there was something big she wanted to report on, she'd always do an internet radio broadcast. It offered proof that she was a girl, and her voice was calm and soothing to the ear. A lot of people just listened to her broadcasts.
Yeah, I do wonder if Kazuki is K. Because all we ever hear of Kazuki is just her go, huh. And like, we never actually hear her voice. I don't know, that's my current theory.
The audio from the audio bleed case that I'd played for Kurusu had actually been modified by Kei-san to be easier to understand.
Also, I wonder...
さて、普段かけないファンタズムさんの楽曲をかけたのは理由があります。
Okay. Normally I don't play Phantasm. But there's a reason I chose it for today.
昨日、ラブホテルで20代の男性が変死していた事件、ご存知ですよね。
You're all aware of the death of a man in his 20s in a Shibuya Love Hotel yesterday, correct?
ニコニアニュースで相変わらず渡部さんがお元気に喋ってくださってますが。
Like always, Watabe-san at Nikonia News was there to tell you all about it. But... I chuckled a little. His glory hogging was a running joke among Nikonia News viewers.
一つ、彼は気づいていないことがあります。
But there's something he didn't notice.
ファンタズムさんが先ほどの楽曲を発表した6年前、渋谷で何が起こったか皆さんご存知ですよね。
Phantasm released this song 6 years ago. And you all remember what happened then, of course.
そう、渋谷地震です。でも、その前に世間を賑わせていたのは ニュージェネレーションの狂気と呼ばれた連続猟奇事件でした。
That's right, the Shibuya earthquake. But before that, there were also the strange events called the New Generation Madness. Oh, that is... I was startled. Crap, that's right. I'd forgotten after everything that happened at the Love Hotel. No way.
もうお気づきの方もいらっしゃいますね。9月7日のこっちみんな、9月19日の音漏れ炭、そして昨日。
Some of you had already noticed, right? The Don't Look case on the 7th of September, and the audio bleed on 19th. And now this new death yesterday.
正確に言えば一昨日ですが、9月29日の変死事件。
Or more precisely, 2 days ago on the 29th.
6年前の事件と日付が一致しているんです。
The dates match up with the incidents from 6 years ago. In that second, the tweet post string that was linked to the broadcast lit up. It was overflowing with comments.
次の日付はヴァンパイアと呼ばれた事件が起きた10月10日。愛する渋谷にお住まいの皆さん、くれぐれもお気をつけて。
The next date is October 10th, the date of the vampire case. My beloved citizens of Shibuya, please take care.
それでは今回はこの辺りで。お付き合いいただきありがとうございます。わずかな時間のお相手は私 K さんでした。
And that's all for tonight. Thank you for listening in. This has been your host, K-san.
時刻は間もなく2015年10月1日0時30分。
Well, we have a long time.
悔いのない一日が始められることを祈っています。
That's ominous. Dang, that is ominous. It'll soon be 12:30 a.m. on October 1st. I pray you spend tomorrow in a way you won't regret. She signed off in her usual way, and the broadcast ended.
That's her sign off? Wow, that's ominous.
She got me. That's right. That hypothesis was why I'd forced my way into the Love Hotel. And something had happened just like I thought. After 3 such incidents, it was only natural to assume that there might be a connection. The New Generation Madness. Was it going to happen again? I suddenly felt a pain in my cheek. I reached up and saw that blood was coming out from the side of the bandage. The cut must have opened. As I took care of it, the red blood on my fingers stood out. Uh-oh. Without warning, I felt a horrible sense of dread, like I was sinking into quicksand. Usually I love to have a mystery to solve, but now that the case was definitely real, I hesitated. The rest of that night, I wasn't able to do any more research about the case.
Oh, here we go. Third death in Shibuya. Which means serial killers on the loose. New generation. King George Shadow Counter-Revolutionary. 3 suspicious deaths in Shibuya this month line up with the dates of New Generation Madness.
divorce is predicted to occur in 1010. New generation madness. Holy shit! First! Seriously? Red archive. Oh yeah! Why are people saying, oh yeah, hell yes? It's happening, really? Somebody call me? Oh my god. Oh, whose eyes are those eyes? Oh god, Kison is so smart. Ooh man, I get goosebumps. Oh, it was real! And no one noticed. Summary of Kison's podcast. The dates match 3 deaths, and we'll have it on 1010. Well, we have a long time until then. Festival time, no time to eat. Yeah. Carnival of Mirror. Oh my god. These people are fucking sick fucks. What the hell? Jeez. This person's the right way. If this is true, isn't that scary as shit? Why is someone copying this? Okay, son, you're so smart. Let's get married. Oh, whose eyes are those eyes? There it is. I get so excited listening to Shivia News. I tapped her voice 3 times. Could do it twice more. Oh god. God. I had the same feeling. I think there's another earthquake coming. Oh god, that'd be really bad. Oh, I went to see the Esper 6 years ago in front of the station. I was in college again. Now I'm unemployed and stay home all day. Fun's about to start again, huh? Shivy is doomed. I'm Kaison's dad, sure you are. I'll cancel the Restoration Festival. Yeah, the Restoration Festival seems to be a big point of contention. You guys make me sick. People are dead. What the fuck are you so happy about? I thought Kaison was smart. Like, she's just recognizing a pattern. Oh, of course. It's a time to drag this out again. It's a return to New Generation Madness. I just can't bear it. Oh no. That was the nurse's freaking phrase. October 1st, 2015, Thursday. Same time. You know, I wonder whose PC that is too. Maybe Remy. Maybe someone from the first game. Or it could be Kay, I don't know. Should be a police station. Oh.
いい加減答えてくれないかな。名前と住所は?
Alright, now we finally find out about her. Would you please just tell me your name and address already?
学生さん？それとも働いているのかな?
Are you a student or do you have a job?
あの柿田っていう男の人と何回もあのホテル行ってるよね。どういう知り合い？付き合ってたの?
Oh, she went with him? Oh my god. You went to that hotel with that man Kakita many times, right? How did you know him? Were you dating?
もし喋るのが嫌ならうなずくとか手を振るとか何でもいいからさ。ね？どうなの?
If you don't want to talk, feel free to just nod or wave your hand. Just tell me. The officer sank back into her chair in resignation. Shinjo could sympathize. Yeah, it could be Serika.
I see.
Hey Takashi, are we gonna meet Yua? I hope it's Yua at least. just come in to check on her a moment ago, but they've been probably doing this since yesterday. Locked in an interrogation room, cut off from the outside world. Questioned by multiple officers. Most people would lose their cool. They'd start to wonder what effects their words were having, and focus on every movement of the officer who was taking down notes. Even if it wasn't hot in the room, they'd start to sweat. But this girl didn't respond at all. It probably wasn't because she was used to it. If she'd ever been interrogated before, the fingerprints they'd taken would have told them who she was.
新庄さん。
Shinjo-san.
やはり連れて行った方が。
Maybe we should take her to... To a mental hospital, you mean? It made sense. The natural assumption was that the shock of the incident had incapacitated her. Shinjo nodded as if considering it.
捜索願いは?
Any missing persons reports?
This was the second day since the incident. If she lived in a normal family environment, someone should have submitted a missing persons report by now.
洗いました。ですが、当たりません。
I checked, but no luck. Shinjo watched the girl as he listened to her talk. But the girl didn't move a muscle.
家庭のことを言外に含ませても動きなしか。
Even mentioning her family didn't get us anywhere, huh?
The normal ways weren't going to work then. Sync with her! She'd be sent to the hospital by dawn at this rate.
ご苦労さん。こっちで留置しておくからもういいよ。
Thanks, I'll take care of her. You can go.
The other officer couldn't hide her happiness as she left the room. Shinjo sat down in the chair she'd been sitting in and took a good look at the girl from the front. She was ignoring him and still looking down at the desk. She didn't even seem to notice or care that the person in front of her had changed. Shinjo remembered his conversation with Momose. After he'd hung up, she called back in precisely 3 minutes, just like she promised. And then she said, "My kid has a message for you," is what she says.
それだけですか？どういう意味です？
Is that all? What does that even mean?
いいからそう聞いてごらんなさい。それで今の新庄ちゃんのような反応をしたり、変わらず黙ったままだったりしたら、残念だけど、非感知しか取る手段はないそうよ。
Just Jessica. If she reacts like you just did, it doesn't say anything. And I'm sorry, but that psychiatric hold is your only option.
もし別の反応をしたら、もう一度連絡をちょうだい。
But if she reacts some other way, contact me again. The message didn't make much sense. But he didn't see any other way.
一つ聞きたいことがあるんだ。
I've got a question for you.
There was no response, of course. He continued, uncertain if she was even hearing him.
君は持っているものに気づかれなかったのか、元から持っていないのか、どっちだ？
What is he talking about?
Did you have it and they didn't realize it? Or did you never have it? Which is it?
What does that mean? Her eyes moved. Instead of looking down at the desk, she was looking at Shinjo. Shinjo was surprised, but he did his best to hide it.
どうなんだ？
Well,
The girl stared at him as if trying to figure it out. And then a moment later,
誰なんですか、あなたは。
Who are you? Her words were quiet but sharp. It was the same tone of voice that Shinjo used when he was interrogating a suspect.
ここの刑事だ。君、名前は？
I'm a detective here at the station. What's your name?
She seemed to be thinking about something as she stared at him. Her mannerisms were just like his own again. It was the same way Detective faced a criminal, trying to gain every scrap of information from what he could see. And then she slowly opened her mouth.
有村ひなえ。碧峰学園の学生です。
Oh, there she is finally. Oh, she's a student. Huh. Arimura Hinai. I'm a student at Hekio Academy.
I left the RV where I lived alone, and only then did I realize that it was evening. The sunlight must have been pouring into my room, but I hadn't noticed. I didn't really remember when I'd gone to sleep or when I'd woken up.
大丈夫だな。
It's okay. Right. I looked around and made sure that none of the scenery had changed, then walked up the steps in front of me. Miyashita Park was just a few minutes' walk away from Shibuya Station. It was also known as the Homeless Park. This was where I lived after I left the dorm.
Sounds like he ran away from the dorm.
First floor was a huge parking lot, and the second story had a
Futsal? What is futsal? It sounds like he's trying to say football, like European soccer, but
and a climbing wall, It had been mostly abandoned during the recovery efforts after the Shibuya earthquake. After the earthquake, people who lost their family, or who had never had any family to begin with, gathered here in mass. Mitake Park, which is right next door, was supposed to be the evacuation point for this area. But Miyashita had always been a mecca for the homeless, so everyone gathered here. When people gathered, so did many different things.
Oh, it's a form of football, thanks.
Containers filled with food, blankets, and tents. Even the trailer for an RV that was left behind when its owner fled Shibuya.
So that's how he got his RV house. Well, he must have been desperate to leave the orphanage.
Every part of the park was overhauled to create a place for people to live. Parking lot, the futsal field, the climbing wall, etc. And the next thing anyone knew, there was a society there that was big enough that the government couldn't force them out. And some group of idiots came around to try and turn the place into a temporary housing. I was shot down in less than a month. As a result, even though you could find beautifully rebuilt skyscrapers just a street away,
Yeah, the RV is definitely better than the shipping container.
Miyashita Park became one of Japan's biggest slums. A place where those with no home would gather to stare up at the lights.
これいいですか?
Can I have this? I spoke to the man who sold newspapers, magazines, and everything else as I picked up a newspaper which had today's date on it, October 1st.
お、タク、珍しいな新聞なんて。いいぞ、持ってけ。
Oh, I don't see you buy newspapers often, Taku. Sure, take it.
いいんですか?
Can I?
どうせ余るしな。それにほれ。
I've got plenty. Take a look. He showed me the snacks and alcohol at his feet. He must have sold a lot today. There were a lot of people in the park who had enough money that they could have stayed in a capsule hotel if they wanted to.
I saw like mini documentaries on those. They're pretty crazy. It would seem almost quaint if the bathroom was actually part of the room, and instead like I would never be able to stay at a hotel or something like where like you had to leave the room to go to a bathroom. That sounds horrible.
There were a lot of people in the park who had enough money they... Oh,
goddamn, I already read that one. Sorry, I'm getting a bit tired. But I'll see if I'll definitely go the full 2 hours.
Oh, if you're gonna throw it away, do it somewhere else. You're getting annoying about garbage. I thanked him and went to leave. Huh? Hey, Taku, have to pay the electric bill?
Oh, that's true. I wonder how he gets electricity and plumbing in there.
はい。そうですけど。
Yes. That's right.
ならついでに俺の分も頼む。南のまっちゃんからだっつって渡してくれ。
Pay mine, too. Tell them it's from Mounttown on the south side. He handed me a 1,000 yen bill.
Oh my god.
I nodded, took it, and headed deeper into the park with my newspaper. Oh, so his name was Marchan. Miyashita Park was divided into north and south halves by a road. If you said he was from the south, then that must mean there was a Marchan on the north side who I hadn't met yet. The administrative office on the south side. Just like the name implied, it was where all the administration was done for Miyashita Park. Kept things peaceful between the government and the park occupants, resolved disputes between the homeless, and maintained all the facilities in the park.
Oh wow.
I knew the woman there by her face, but not her name. I gave her the electric bill, which was due on the 1st of the month, along with Marchan's part. Life in the park might seem carefree and lawless from the outside. It was actually much stricter than you'd find in some families.
はいよ、確かに。はみ出たり、勝手に住み着こうとしているやつは
Right, thanks. Nobody's going over their territory or trying to move in, right?
Everyone who lived on the outer rim of the park, including me since I lived on the far south, had been asked by the management to keep an eye out for that.
大丈夫だと思います。
Oh, is it not working? Oh god.
I think it's okay. When I looked earlier, I haven't seen anything change around my place.
最近物騒だからね。気をつけなよ。見慣れない奴がいたらすぐに言いな。
All right. It's rough out there lately. So take care. If you see someone you don't know, tell me right away. Oh, this is... So he's like endeared with all the homeless. Because I guess he kind of is one. Oh, wow. So he's living alone because he left the orphanage. And how did he find this RV? Oh, wait, that's right. They just told us that it was abandoned by someone during the earthquake. But man, what a steal, eh? Like, seriously.
Huh?
Huh?
知ってんだろラブホテルの事件とか。
You know about what happened in the Love Hotel, right?
はい。わかりました。
Oh, yes. I understand. I know better than most. I was startled, but quickly nodded. I suddenly felt like they were criticizing me for hiding something. The corridor that connected the north and south ends of the park. This place, which overlooked Meiji Dori, was the one part I hadn't really changed since before the earthquake. There were cracks here and there, but the government had forbidden people to put things here because it would ruin the view and might not be safe. I leaned up against the rail and spread open the newspaper with the setting sun shining down on me.
Oh god, that honking. Jeez.
There was a column on the front page about the Love Hotel incident, but no new information. There was nothing in the article about the girl who was found at the scene or how this could be related to what happened 6 years ago. Had they not figured that out yet?
I do wonder, oh, you know who the news reporter Kay could also be? Our informant friend. I wonder if it could be her. Momose.
Had they not figured that out yet? Maybe they had and they just weren't announcing it. If it had something to do with the incidents from 6 years ago, then certainly don't look an audio bleed. Did that mean they weren't suicides? If the killer had driven them to suicide, then it was probably the same person behind these incidents. Behind 3 incidents. But was he working alone or part of a group? Or maybe people who were somehow related to the incidents from 6 years ago were killing themselves one after another. Maybe I should look at what the 3 cases had in common again.
Oh god. That fucking jump scare.
Damn it, what the hell? My hand went up to the new bandage on my cheek. I rubbed it several times to make sure it was still there. I took out my smartphone. The data I'd recorded at the scene had been deleted by the police. I probably just should have counted myself lucky they didn't take the phone itself. That would have sucked. I'd lost my biggest clue to the case.
And nobody made a copy. He wouldn't have gotten a chance.
Maybe that's a sign I should just give this up. Maybe this was just out of my league. Maybe it would just be stupid to get involved.
Oh my god. Was this his family? Oh, this was probably him at the orphanage, I bet. Because look, there she is. There's Karusu. And who are these little children here?
Suddenly I got a call on my phone. I checked the name and hit the answer button.
Hi. Moshi.
Yes, hello.
お主か。もう来ておるぞ。いつもの席じゃん。
Oh, it's a cosplay cafe. I see a manga cafe here. Oh, it's just you, peasant. They're here, at the usual seat. Yeah, she's that tsundere sister of, frickin', the Bloodtoon girl that he was talking about.
Domo.
Thanks. As always, the waitress's appearance and mannerisms were a mystery to me. I bowed to her and went to my seat. Serika was there already, reading a manga. She was fiddling with her Gerofroggy cell phone strap without realizing it, as usual. It really was a strange habit, and a nuisance to the people around her. Cafe Lax, the preferred hangout of the newspaper club, which is a 10-minute walk away from Shibuya Station.
Look at all these manga.
The owner was a manga fan, and the walls were lined with many volumes. There was free Wi-Fi, the prices were good, and if it wasn't crowded, you could see for hours as long as you bought a single drink.
That sounds like paradise. All I would need is like a private booth type of area, and I would come there like all the fucking time.
The most important part was that it was a hard-to-find spot. Barely anybody from Hekiho knew about it.
That sounds absolutely lovely.
So I didn't have to worry about running into anyone I knew. As usual, there was barely anyone there.
Oh, I wonder who this is. It looked like somebody got married or something here. What does that say? Jim Loader or something? Thank you for something like that.
single couple that appeared to be in college. I ordered my usual Mountain View, not Dr. People, and sat down.
何読んでるんだ?
What are you reading?
ああ、タク。そう。なんだろうこれ。
Otaku. I'm not sure what this is.
は?
Huh?
適当に取ったから。
I just grabbed it off the shelf.
Serika went and put the manga back on the shelf, then came back and sat down.
はい、これ制服。のんちゃんから言われてクリーニングしといたから。
Here, this is your uniform. Non-chan told me to clean it, so I did.
悪いな。
Thanks. I took the bag containing my uniform from Serika. It was the uniform that had gone covered in blood at the Love Hotel.
今日、学校は?
Did you go to school today?
行ってないよ。タクもでしょ?
Nope. Neither did you, right?
I nodded. I hadn't felt like it at all.
のんちゃんたちに連絡は?
Did you contact Non-chan and Shin-chan?
メールはしといた。
I sent them a text.
Did they get it? Because it seems like they're really worried about you guys.
When I got up this morning, I sent both of them a text saying that I was okay. They both sent back responses almost immediately, but neither of them said much about what happened. They probably weren't mentioning it for my sake.
で、どうだ? 大丈夫か?
Oh yeah, this is the next day. Oh yeah, okay.
So, how are you doing? You okay?
うん、まあ。死んでる人を見るのは初めてじゃないし。
Yeah, I guess. It wasn't my first time seeing a dead body.
Serika spoke in a normal tone of voice as she drank her favorite, grapefruit juice. She didn't seem like she was lying. That's how she'd always been ever since she was a kid. It wasn't that she didn't have any feelings. She just got over them very quickly.
タクは? 大丈夫?
What about you, Taku? You okay? Yeah, grapefruit is the most bitter thing imaginable. I don't know how she can drink that.
Now that she asked, I wasn't sure how to answer the question. The waitress brought me my Mountain View. I nodded and took it. Was I okay?
嘘マジで? それ最低じゃん.
Like, no way! Seriously? That's terrible.
マジ超焦ったっつーの。空気読めっつー話でさ。
Seriously? I couldn't believe it. What a dumbass, right? Oh. I spun the ice in my drink as I listened to the couple's irritating conversation. Serika silently waited for my answer. I knew that face. She'd been my friend since we were kids. There was no point in trying to hide it.
正直言うと迷ってる。
I love their relationship so much.
To be honest, I'm not sure.
迷ってるって何を？
Huh? Not sure about what?
事件を追うかどうか。
About whether I should keep pursuing the case. Serika seemed genuinely shocked.
本当に？
Huh? Really?
すいません。グレープフルーツもう一つ。
Excuse me. I'd like another thing of grapefruit juice on the rocks.
Hello, just wandering. Welcome to the stream. Serika raised her hand and ordered another drink. Oh, Serika raised her
い
hand
つ
and
も
ordered
のタ
another
クだ
drink.
ったらチャンスだとか思って突っ走ってない？
Normally you'd say, "Oh, this is my big chance," and rush right in, right?
That might be true, but things were different this time. After what I'd gone through.
そりゃホテルは怖かったけどさ。
I mean, sure, what happened at the hotel was scary, but
Serika continued as if she knew exactly what I was thinking.
I love these two so much. Oh my god, if there's any fan art of these two together. Oh my god. I'd love to see it. I don't want to Google it because it would be spoiling shit, probably. Oh man. I love these two so much.
昔都市伝説とか追っかけてた時もそうだったじゃん。ほら冒険だって言って病院に忍び込んだの覚えてる？
I remember how scary it was when we used to go chasing after urban legends. Remember how you snuck into that hospital because it was an adventure?
I nodded. I just had a dream about it.
Oh wow, that's terrifying. That flash of that straitjacket guy. Oh my god.
あの時も怖かったけど、この怖さは他の人が経験してないもんなんだ。貴重なんだって泣きながらさ。
That was scary too. But even when you were crying, you said that terror was something special because nobody else had experienced it.
お前も泣いてたじゃん、あの時。
You were crying back then too.
そうだっけ？
Was I?
Yes, you were.
ほれ、残すなよ。
Here, finish it all.
どうも。
Oh, thanks.
Serika took a glass of juice and gulped it down. So?
いや、それで。
I mean, so?
何が？
So what?
Come on.
あ、そうか。あ、だからさ、他の人が経験してないことを手に入れたんだからさ、それが怖かろうがなんだろうが、チャンスだってタクなら言うかなって思って。
Oh, right. So anyway, I figured you'd see that since you had an experience that no one else had. And even if it was scary, this was your big chance.
Her voice was light as she drank her juice, but her words didn't feel light at all. Something other people hadn't experienced. Something different from other people.
たまに頭いいんだか悪いんだかわからなくなるよな。
Sometimes I don't know if she's smart or dumb. I stared at Serika's face.
High whiz, low int. The classic build. She's really sweet.
How much did she understand about what she was saying?
何？あ、ダメだよ。あげないよ。
What? Oh no, you can't have any.
She moved the juice away from me. I was wrong. She probably didn't realize anything.
Yeah, oh no, no. No, Taku, that's not nice.
Actually, she probably wasn't even thinking about anything. She really was dumb.
I think that's completely not true. I can't wait to hear her heart-wrenching backstory and see stuff from her side.
I don't
know about hearing that from a part-timer.
だろ？やる気がないのかってねえよ普通に。
Right? Does he just not give a damn? Well, normally, why would he?
なあ、渋谷地震の被災者のコメントの話ってしたことあったっけ？
Hey, did I ever tell you about the comments from the Shibuya earthquake victims?
何それ？
Huh? What do you mean?
I was pretty sure I told her a bunch of times. Well, whatever, time for a lecture.
As if you don't like giving them Taku.
地震直後の混乱が収まった後、大量のマスコミが被災者に対して押しかけただろ。まだカオスチャイルド症候群者っていう言葉がなかった頃に。
Remember how just after the chaos and the earthquake calmed down, a ton of reporters started asking the victims for comments before the term Chaos Child Syndrome existed. Of course, I'd been in a coma for about a year after the earthquake, so I'd only investigated it after I woke up.
その取材の論調の多くは民度の高さを訴えるものだった。これだけの震災にもかかわらず、暴動や略奪などの犯罪がほとんど起きていない。これは得難いことなんだって。
Most of the interviews were about what good citizens we were. Despite the scale of the disaster, there was barely any violence or looting. They said that it was amazing.
実際そうなんだと思うよ。
And I think they were right.
何が今一番辛いですかって聞かれたとき、大半の被災者が地方の家族に自分の無事を伝えてやれないこととか。
When they asked the victims what was the hardest part, most people were more concerned about others instead of themselves.
子供に好物を与えてやれないこととか。とにかく他人を心配しててさ。
They talked about how they couldn't contact their families and tell them they were safe, or how they couldn't give their children their favorite foods.
でも、そんな中で一人の被災者が言ったんだよ。
But then one person said something different. I remembered what they said word for word. It had left a huge impression on me.
Was it someone from Chaos Hat?
という部外者。
You outsiders have some nerve if you're telling us to hang in there.
Oh, I think I remember that. I might. I think I remember something like, I don't know. I think he said that before. I don't know. I like, am I just like, is my brain making shit up? Because that sounds very familiar.
To be honest, I agreed completely. They said exactly what I was thinking. I didn't know who they were, but I admired them anyway. Those feelings were the exact opposite of all the excited, fired up people on the outside.
これを言った人は僕に近い人だっていう気がするんだ。ただ一連の出来事をネットで見ていた他人とは違う。そして、ただ被災しただけの人とも違う。
I think whoever said that was someone close to me. Not someone who just saw the whole thing on the internet. Not someone who just happened to be caught up in the earthquake.
タクの両親のこと？
You mean one of your parents? Does he not remember?
あ、そういえば復興祭合わせの飲み、テニサーの連中も来るって。
Oh, hey! The guys in the tennis club say they're coming to the drinking party of the festival.
マジで？そしたら絶対タク飲みじゃ無理じゃん。
Seriously? Then we definitely won't be able to drink at home. I was different.
He keeps feeling that he has to be different.
I was different than the people who just lived normal lives in Shibuya. I ripped the bandage off my cheek. The wound had closed up. My face went back to normal. I was back to normal. The case was right in front of me. I had a huge mystery to investigate. I wasn't about to just be caught up in something. As a right-sider, it was my job to jump right in the middle of all this information, right? I could feel something like excitement mixed with a sense of duty welling up inside me. I couldn't stop myself from smiling.
また危険な目に遭うかもしれないぞ。
You might be put in danger again.
事件のこと？
Huh? You mean the case?
I nodded. Serika laughed a little strangely. And then, for some reason, she patted me lightly on the shoulder. I don't know what that meant, but I started to laugh too. Serika nodded.
よし、それならまずラブホテルの事件から行こっか。
All right. Let's stay with the Love Hotel case then.
Serika took out her Pokécom. She typed into it with a practiced hand. She seemed to be loading a video file.
なんだそれ。
What's this?
これ現場でタクが撮ってた録画
I
データ。
knew it!
警察に消される前にストレージに上げておいたの。
I knew it, and you dare to say she isn't smart. This? That's a video you took at the scene. I uploaded it to an online storage site before the police deleted it. Now it's becoming evening in Shibuya. Look at these two. These two are the world. I love these two. Okay. Alright. This will be good. Oh my god. This music is amazing, by the way. I love this BGM. Seriously. Takuru and Serika are just precious. They are so precious.
Oh, man. His enthusiasm for studying the case will probably backfire eventually, but oh man, I'm really digging this game, you guys. Seriously, Taku and Serika, I love them so much. Like, not just as a couple, but like individually as well. Oh man, you guys, we'll continue Chaos Head on Tuesday. So until then, I will say, so long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, good night. You're all the sweetest of hearts. See ya.